Hi everyone, today our group will present recommendation to improve Boeing's management control system after 737 MAX crisis. We will show how Boeing can prevent such failures in the future and rebuild trust with regulators, airlines, and passengers. So, for our first recommendation today, our title is Enhancing and Implementing Systems to Prevent Future Failures, and we will talk about the overview of the recommendation and steps that need to be carried out, and who will be in charge, the timeline and location, the causes, and potential problems.
So as you can see here for our recommendation one, we have the overview of our recommendations, which is summarized to three main points, which is the transparent post-incident investigation system, as well as the shared across all departments, engineering, safety, training, and management. And lastly, we also have the timelines and assigned responsibilities of the departments. It is to prevent the repetitive safety failures like line air crashes. So continuing forward, we have the steps that needs to be carried out, which is conducting an investigation, as well as collecting and reviewing all critical flight data instead of ignoring all the warnings, and share investigation results openly across teams, as well as developing a corrective plan with clear steps for accountability if anything bad happens to the airline or the plane itself. Continuing forward, we also have who will be in charge of this operation as a whole? So the main responsibility, of course, comes to the safety department, which is also supported by and dedicated by on to the investigation team, but also have collaborations with engineering, training, and management teams. So everything should be more intertwined together throughout the process. For leadership role wise, we have the senior leadership, which provides oversight and makes final decisions. So each of these corrective tasks should have a designated manager who ensures the deadlines are met.
In this slide, I'll be presenting about the first recommendation that could be applied to solve the issue of the crash. First of all will be the timeline and location. Investigations launched within 1 month of any safety incident, earlier for severe events. Corrective actions are implemented within 3 months, scaled to seriousness, with exceptions escalated. Results are applied across all Boeing divisions worldwide, not just at the site of the incident. That ensures engineering, safety, training, and management everywhere that act on the same facts. For the costs, preparation is needed, so investigation procedures, safety audits, and staff training will be required. And then, second of all, is investment in new systems for monitoring, communication devices, and accountability. And the third is to avoid further losses, that is, preventing future crashes, which can save Boeing from financial loss, lawsuit, and severe reputational damage. So, what this slide is explaining is transparent investigations, clear owners, and disciplined timelines let Boeing fix issues fast. This will prevent repeats. This is to prevent future accidents from happening and rebuild trust with regulators, pilots, and passengers. So, applying all of this will solve the issue, that is the safety concerns of the Boeing 737 MAX, so that we can gain back the trust from regulators and passengers will be able to board the 737 MAX again. And of course, there will be potential problems to come. And first of all, will be some departments may resist in sharing information. So after any safety incident, Boeing runs a transparent investigation, sharing the findings across all departments and executes a corrective action plan with clear owners and deadlines. So the first risk is, as I mentioned, the some departments may resist in sharing information. That is, some teams may resist sharing information because they fear blame or legal exposure. We counter that with an open by default investigation character, protected reporting, and cross-functional reviews. And then the second risk is corrective action could face delays or lack of follow-through. What this means is we time box every action with visible milestones, a status dashboard, and one main manager accountable for delivery, and that no task sits in limbo. And third risk is without clear communication, responsibilities may overlap or be ignored. So this one person is accountable, specific reasonable contributors are listed, and consulted and informed groups are defined. So to sum it all up for this slide is in order to overcome this, Boeing must build a culture of openness and accountability. And openness with accountability turns investigations into learning from past mistakes.
So I'll be talking about the second recommendation, which our point covers the mandatory post-incident fix program and stronger preventive design measures. So starting off, we'll talk about the overview of the recommendation. So our second recommendation is about preventing safety problems before it even happens, as we've seen in the case. And it's suggested that Boeing applies stronger feed-forward control, which means identifying risk at the design stage rather than after the incident occurs. And it also includes integrating safety measures into the design, training, and manual right from the start. And by doing so, this will help Boeing avoid costly modification, reduce accidents, and restore trust with regulators and customers. And moving on to the second point, I'll be talking about the steps of how it should be carried out. So, starting off, to put this into action, Boeing should install backup system such as multiple sensors to reduce the risk of system failure. And simulator training must be mandatory so that the pilots are always prepared for new systems. And furthermore, manuals and guidance should be simplified and made clear so pilots fully understand aircraft functions. And finally, preventive safety reviews must be introduced at every stage of development to catch risk early instead of waiting until the problem emerges, as we've seen in the case study. And moving on, my final point will be the people that will be in charge. So the people that will be in charge will be the engineering department that should embed preventive safety features directly into the design. And the training department must ensure pilots undergo mandatory simulator sessions. The safety department should also run audits and confirm compliance. Senior leadership once again has a crucial role as they are allocating resources, giving final approval, and ensuring accountability across the organization.
Next, when and where can our recommendation be applied? Boeing should start implementation immediately after the approval and apply feed-forward control at the design stage for all new aircraft, while current models should roll out simulator training and updated manuals within the next 6 to 12 months. This program must apply across all Boeing production and training centers in the whole world. Also, of course, there are costs. Boeing have to prepare for simulators, new systems, investigation, and training program. But the long-term saving will be much larger as it will help Boeing avoid lawsuits, grounding of aircraft, and brand damage. Lastly, there will have some possible challenges in the future. First, some managers may resist because of this action increase a lot of cost and delay production. Also, airlines may not like mandatory simulator training as it takes a lot of time and resources. Then, regulate preventive reviews could slow down delivery schedules. And most importantly, Boeing will need a culture shift by putting safety above short-term profits. But this change is necessary if Boeing wants to regain trust and secure in the future. Thank you.